This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Wow, Mi Kamcha Yisrael. So many Yidden who want to inspire ourselves to do tshuva. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I want to just reiterate something Rabbeinu Yonah said yesterday. We're in the Tefilla of the Rabbeinu Yonah for somebody who is immersed in sin, and the penitent is praying, Ribono Shel Olam, help me. My heart has propelled me to return to you, b'leiv shalom, b'chol leiv u'v'chol nefesh. So simply, b'chol leiv u'v'chol nefesh means you got to do tshuva, like with all your soul. But we saw from the drashos of Reb Chaim Volozhiner, I actually looked it up yesterday. I have this little white pamphlet, I never knew what it was, the drashos of Reb Chaim Volozhiner that he gave before Slichos. And he says this idea that for many of us, we're so immersed in Avera that literally, for us to stop, it might be lethal. It might kill us, and you still have to do tshuva. And I was wondering, we know there are 3 averos that you have to give up your life for, but tshuva is not one of them. Where does it say you have to give up your life for tshuva? I think the meaning is that if somebody is immersed in a certain sin, Rabbeinu Yonah says, you're a mumar l'davar echad. For the thing that we can't control, and that we repeat and repeat and repeat, a person has a din of a mumar for that. So if you don't change that, then it's almost begeder heresy. But tzarachion. Anyway, we continue in the tefillah of the penitent. The penitent says, Va'azreini neged ha-satan hanilchem elai b'tachbulais. Help me against the Satan that's waging war with me with tricks. We know that the Satan wages war with us with tricks. So Rav Goldberg quotes Rav Aaron Koller that to fight against the Satan, sometimes you can't just overpower the Satan. You need to come up with technique or a trick. Oh, Ivai, it's a good thing you came to. I want to tell you something unbelievable. It's Rosh Hashanah coming up, and we know that we blow the shofar, kedei la'arbei v'sasatan. I mean, for such a smart guy, how foolish could he be that he thinks it's the shofar of Mashiach? I mean, come on. Nobody in the shul thinks it's the shofar of Mashiach, but the Satan, who's smarter than anybody, he falls for it. I mean, he could get the biggest tzaddik to do an avera. He got Tanoim to do it. He got people in the Chumash to do an avera. He's smarter than anybody, and yet he falls for the oldest trick in the book. It's like, you pull out a thing from your hat, it's a rabbit. I mean, the Satan fell for that. Listen to the Satmar Rebbe. You know why the Satan fell for that? The only explanation for why the Satan fell for that is God is giving him a taste of his own medicine. Because he makes us look so foolish, and we fall for every dumb scheme that he offers us. And he says, you know what? Just get angry about this. Just say that. It's worth it. Just look at it. It's worth it. Just do that. It's worth it. Why is it worth it? It's so geschmack. Stupid, you did that last time and it was terrible. You felt so bad about it. No, the Satan makes us look so foolish, so he gets a taste of his own medicine. It's so easy to fool him. That's why he falls for it, because the fact that he falls for it shows us how he makes us look. And that's the greatest advocacy on the Yom Adin. We highlight to Hashem, look how the Satan falls for it. And the only reason he falls for it is because he makes us look dumb. Look how so that means, look, Ribono Shel Olam, look how foolish he could make us look. Ribono Shel Olam, have rachmanus on us. If he falls for it, that means he could make us fall for it. And look how easy prey we are, Ribono Shel Olam. That means he's so powerful. So it's sort of the greatest advocacy on the Yom Adin. Okay. Umisnakish benafshi lahamiseni. He's coming up with tricks to kill me. Like the Gemara says in Kedushin, Rav Shimon Levi Omer Yitzrei Shaladam Misgaber Ola B'Chayim Mevakesh Hamisai. As Rav Itzul Petterberg would say, Rav Shach would say over, the Yetzer Hara doesn't just want a person to sin, he wants a person to die. V'rachaku, distance him, mimasayim arbam b'shmoni avam shviya, from my 248 limbs. Because every time I fail to do a mitzvah, I weaken my limbs. V'tatzlilehu b'toich ma'amak hayam, make him drown in the depths of the sea, like in the pasuk, v'sashlech b'mtzulas yom kol chataisam. V'sigar, by scold him, levilti yamayr al yamini l'sini, so he doesn't stand on my right side to instigate and to prosecute against me. V'asisa esa shar'elech b'chukecha, make it that I should go in your statutes, says Rav Goldberg. Where do we find halicha b'chukim? Im b'chukoisai telechu. Rashi says that means to be amel b'Torah. So we're asking Hashem, please help me, I should be amel in your Torah. V'hasiroisa lev ha'even mikerbi, remove my heart of stone. It's interesting, the pasuk says actually, V'nasati lachem lev chadash, v'ruach chadasha etin mikerbechem, v'hasiroisi es lev ha'even, that's Yechezkel Lamed Vav Chavav, and then it says, "Ve'asisi es asher b'chukai telechu." So first God removes our heart of stone, and then He allows us to be Amel B'Torah. And Rav Goldberg asks, why is Rabbi Yonah flipping the order of first He will remove our heart of stone, and then, first that we should be Amel B'Torah, and then remove our heart of stone. Ana Hashem Elokai. Please, Hashem, Shema el tfilas avdecha, please hear the tefillah of your servant, ve'al tachanunav, and his supplication. Rav Goldberg quotes the Avnei Eliyahu, the Siddur Hagra. Tefillah is a lashon of machshava, where we make a cheshbon with Hashem, where we say, we're making cheshbonos, it's an argument. But even when we have an argument, it has to be b'tachanunim, it has to be supplicative. V'kabel es tshuvasi, accept my tshuva. Why do we have to pray for Hashem to accept our tshuva? If we do tshuva, He'll accept it. Because Rabbi Yonah says that one of the ikarei hatshuva is to pray that Hashem accept our tshuva. We have to pray that Hashem accept our tshuva. Va'al ya'akiv chet va'aven v'peshet tshuvasi, no accidental, intentional, rebellious sin should stop our tshuva. Ve'ez tfilasi, it should not interfere with our prayer. Hashem, please accept our prayer. Don't allow any sin to interfere with our prayer. V'yiu lefnei chisei chavaydecha, there should be before your throne of glory, malitzei yoshar, defendants. Interesting, Rav Goldberg says, from here we see, even if there are hindrances to our tshuva, there's still room to pray that Malitzei Yoisher should get up and be melitz that our tefillah should go through. So it's interesting. You could offer a tefillah, and really there are stumbling blocks that the tefillah should not work, but you could pray that your defendant should remove the stumbling blocks. Ulahachnes tefilasi ba'aznecha, and that my tefillah should enter in your ears. Now the Gemara in Shabbos says, what are a person's defense attorneys? Tshuva masim tovim. And even if 999 malachim are malamid chayva, and one is malamid chus, a person will be saved. Says the Gemara further, Rabbi Elazar ben Omer, even if that last malach, 990% of it, 99% is bad, but one little percent is good, Hashem will save us. Ve'im b'chatoai harav, Va'atzum ein melitz, and even if in my abundant sin I have no defense. Now from here we see another important thing. That even if a person has defenders, but you need to, even if someone has defenders, you need to pray that they defend you. Why? If they're defense attorneys, they'll defend you even if you don't ask that they should defend you. So Rav Goldberg quotes Rabbeinu Yoina in Hateshuva Shar Aleph Mem Aleph on the pasuk Kechui Machem Devarim Imru Elav Kol Tisa Avain V'Kach Toiv. Kach Toiv means you need to pray to God that He accept your tshuva. Because Chazal say Avera is Mechaber Mitzvah. And when we do tshuva, the Averos are neskaper and the zechus of the mitzvah is aroused. So we see that after we do tshuva, it's not enough to pray that God should accept our tshuva. Now we have to say, now that our tshuva is accepted, our old mitzvahs that waned and dulled, please accept them. And if I have no defenders, chasar li ata, please dig for me. Mitachas kisech vaydecha, under your throne of glory. V'kabel tshuvasi, and accept my tshuva k'maisha chasarta l'menashe, like you dug a tunnel for Menashe. V'kibalta tshuvasi, and you accepted his tshuva. V'al teshivenu rekam, do not turn me away empty-handed. Ki ata shemei tefila. V'tamid yargel b'tefila zu, be in the habit of always saying this tefillah. We know the Yerushalmi in Sanhedrin says they took Menashe, they put him in a pot, and the pot was bubbling. And Menashe said, I remember my tata taught me a pasuk that when you're in distress, v'shavta ad Hashem leikecha. So Menashe says, God, I don't know if you're out there, but I tried all my other getchkas, I tried all my idols, they're not answering me. Maybe I'll try you. If you answer me, good, and if not, you're like all the others. So Menashe did like a conditional tshuva. He said, I don't know if you're out there, but in case you are, great, you'll save me. And if you don't save me, then you're nothing like everybody else. So we see someone like this. Someone who the Malachi Ashuri said, Ribbanu Shalom, he was Oved Avodah Zarah, he put a tselem in the Heichal. How can you accept the tshuva? Came the Malachim and they closed all the doors and all the windows. So Hashem had to bypass the angels. By the way, the Arizal writes that in the pasuk Im Tebayu and Bayu, God says if you want to do tshuva, do tshuva. Says Arizal, why does Hashem say that in Aramaic? Because the angels say this person doesn't deserve to do tshuva. So Hashem has to bypass them by saying, do tshuva in a language the Malachim don't understand. So we see even such a lowly person, he prayed to God conditionally, he tested God, nevertheless Hashem carved out a special path of tshuva. So this is the tefillah that one should always be frequent in. So if you want to know, we wake up early in the morning for slichos. Why are we always davening? Constant tefillah is part of the process of tshuva. It helps cleanse us in the process of tshuva. Okay, Mar Rabbi say, we will Be'ez Hashem pick this up on Wednesday. Yeah, on Wednesday on Tzom Gedalia, 5 p.m. Okay? Thank you everybody. A good yar, a gebencht yar, a ksivach simatayva. Thanks for joining us. And Be'ez Hashem will pick this up Bli Neder Wednesday. Kol tov everyone. Thank you for coming.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.